everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you couldn't tell by the last video, I'm away at a cabin and I'm doing some reading, and I happen to be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses series. And in this video, I'm going to be reading A Court of Wings and Ruin. One very important thing to remember is that this is a spoiler video. There will be spoilers in here. I will be talking about everything about the book. So if you have not read this series, this is not the video for you. Currently, I am on page 156, which is right before chapter 16. What's happened is Feyre went back to the Spring Court. She essentially was just obviously like plotting to undermine the whole Spring Court before she went back to Rysand and the Night Court. Thoughts overall, I thought it was good. I thought it was creative. I did think the whole journey between the Spring Court and going to the Night Court was like a little too long. I got to the point where I saw another chapter and they were still barely like crossing through the Winter Court, and I was annoyed. I was like, stop. We don't need to know this much information about her crossing back. I was just like, why are we still not at the Night Court yet? But overall, what can I say? Like, Tamlin's an idiot at this point. He's just so gullible. For someone who's supposed to be a High Lord, we're not giving credit to Tamlin at all. All of his actions are chalked up to just him being stupid. And I think that can be a little bit of lazy writing. So I don't know how I necessarily feel all of that. Like, Tamlin wasn't even a character at that point. He was literally a subplot of a subplot of a subplot of a character. I don't know. I wish we could have gotten a little bit more of an explanation as to why he thought bringing Feyre back to the Spring Court would be a good idea, and then why he even believed her at the end of it. Clearly, Lucien didn't believe her. Didn't take anyone with brain to understand what was happening there, but I'm gonna keep reading and let you know my thoughts. So I do want to update you all on this way through the book, which is about 290 pages. I mean, the reason why I haven't updated you all is just because I feel like there isn't much going on. We're just kind of setting us up for the war and going through the motions. So some things of note is I'm definitely very excited to see what is happening with Elaine and with Nesta, specifically their powers, and how that's all going to play in this world, in this war, and in this whole universe. I mean, I don't have much to say other than it's interesting and I'm very excited to see where it goes. I think Lucien and Elaine being mates is so crazy, and I hope that she is okay and that Lucien is able to spend, you know, his lifetime with his mate now that he found her. Oh, the biggest thing that caught my attention is the fact that the bone carver appears to Feyre as her and Rysand's son when he's like a child. That is so creepy. I'm going to be honest. I was reading that part late at night and I was like, I need to stop reading this because it was so dark around me. I just wonder why the bone carver is showing up like that to Feyre. Is that child doomed? Did they get lost in time? Did they get lost in between worlds? Like, what type of being is that child going to be combining Feyre's and Rysand's powers? I'm just thinking out loud here. I really want to know more about that specifically. Everything else is just kind of like, yeah, they're having meetings, they're trying to get allies for the war. They're trying to figure out how to use everyone's power to their advantage. That's it. I don't have anything else to say of interest, and I'm already like less than halfway through the book, so I will keep you updated. Okay, hello everyone. It is update time. So I actually am not at the cabin anymore. Clearly, look at these white walls. There's not a single wood in sight. I didn't get a chance to finish the book at the cabin, so I'm here now trying to finish the book and trying to update you all. I truly don't have too much commentary. All I really want to comment on is that moment with the sorrel that Feyre had. That moment literally made me want to cry. First of all, every single conversation they have is always so meaningful. Even though they've only seen each other 3 times, by the end of this moment or by the end of this interaction, I was so invested in their relationship, it truly made me sad to see him die. For starters, the fact that he was like, oh, I told you to stay with the High Lord. Like, you will be safe if you stay with the High Lord. And Feyre has met so many creatures that are truly out to kill her, and it is so refreshing to see someone that is so willing to work with her and is willing to sacrifice and is willing to do something good for her because they just believe in each other and believe in like love, I guess. Just the fact that he was looking out for her and the fact that he willingly knew it was a trap and he still walked up to her so he could talk to her and help her. It was just like this sacrifice that we don't even know him that well, and it hit hard. It really, really hit hard. And all these references to like dreams and this world is for dreamers. People are trying so hard to win this battle so that people can have the luxury of being able to have a dream and then live for that dream, work for that dream, and then live it to experience. And it all just ties around so beautifully when he is dying and he says to her, leave this world a better place than how you found it. And then Feyre is thinking, I understood why the Sorel had come to help me again and again, not just for kindness, but because it was a dreamer. And it was the heart of a dreamer that had ceased beating inside that monstrous chest. I feel like no one really talks about this, or at least some of the videos that I've seen online is that no one is really talking about how at the end of the day, this book is truly about people trying to find their peace and trying to accomplish their dreams and just trying to live a good and happy life. And we see it so much through obviously Feyre and Rise and some of the other like High Lords and their whole courts and stuff. But to see it come from a creature that is described so hideous, and then he's supposed to be like a bad creature, and to have him like have a heart and have a good heart, and the way Sarah J Maas just like built upon every single one of their interactions, literally Feyre's fate would not have been accomplished had the Sorel not been there through it all. His character was so important, and I honestly still think about him way more than I probably should. I think about this interaction and him way more than I do the last battle, way more than I do her experience with the mirror, her experience with the cauldron. This moment for me, it just, it was beautiful. I just really want to highlight it because other people don't talk about it. I just truly think this is one of the most important moments in the book, and no one is talking about it. I don't see anyone talk about this. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I'm gonna keep reading and I'm gonna keep you updated. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning and I've had such a long week, and all I want to do is finish this book. And if I'm being totally honest, I don't even want to film because I just want to enjoy and reading the final book, and that is what I was gonna do, and just give you my final thoughts at the end of it. But I am at the end of chapter 76, and if you know what the end of chapter 76 is, this is literally what it says. And Rise was dead. So I was like, I should probably film me reading the end of this book because it says Rise is dead, and I don't believe it. If I'm being totally honest, like there's 2 more books. There's no way he's dead. We saw their child. There's no way he's dead. Like there's just like, he's not dead. Like we both know he's not dead. It's fine. Unless the novella is like a alternate universe, what would have happened had he lived type of thing. There's 2 more books. Yes, one is a novella. I totally get it. But there's a whole thing left. I find it very difficult to believe that Rise is actually dead. Because let's be honest, like in this whole fictional universe world, usually people are dead after like the second time they die, right? Because they always want us to believe someone dies the first time and then someone actually dies. Like, does that make sense? People don't die the first time they die in like fictional worlds. He's not dead. Like it's fine. But he's not dead. It's fine, right? Oh no. I totally forgot to say, I am so sorry for my appearance. I've had such a long week and all I wanted to do was read, and I'm literally still in my pajamas. So you'll just have to excuse me, but it's when I'm finishing the book. How many aura points am I losing for crying about this book and then posting it on the internet? He's not dead, right? Like, this can't be real. We were supposed to have time. We were supposed to see it. We saw their child. Was that just like Sarah J Maas taunting us, thinking, oh, both Feyre and Rise are gonna be fine because there was a child, so there had to be a world in a universe where they could have had that child. So, like, am I making any sense? You guys, no, stop. Okay, I'm fine. No, it's not real. It's not real. Shut the hell up, you guys. They need Tamlin. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing, but oh my gosh, they need Tamlin to give some of his power to save Rise. Why is there so much book left? Let's talk about that. Why is there so many pages left? Oh, be happy, Feyre. Oh, he's fine. Okay. I'm so dramatic, guys. I'm so sorry. He's alive, right? He's fine. Okay, he's alive. All right, that was a roller coaster of I'm not finished with the book yet, by the way. I haven't even finished, chapter 77 or whatever this was. Yeah, I'm still like 4 pages into chapter 77. He's fine. Sarah J. Maas, what in the world are you doing to us? That was so mean. That was so embarrassing. Can we ignore that? First of all, Sarah J. Maas, that was mean. Second of all, I'm still gonna post this because this is my reaction to this book, but my god, he's fine. He was gonna be fine. It's just, for a second there, I got really concerned, clearly. But yeah, I need to finish this book. I'm gonna finish this book. I'll update you. I still haven't finished the book. It's just, I have some things to say before I forget, and then before more things happen. I totally thought Azriel, this is the 3rd book and I still don't know how to pronounce any of their names. I thought Azriel? I'm gonna go with Azriel. I thought Azriel was gonna die because I was like, okay, first of all, there's no way all of them survive. Someone's gotta give. I thought Azriel was gonna be the one that passes away because it would have cleared the air between him and Elaine would have been able to go to Lucian and it would have been fine because they're mates, you know? And then Amryn being alive just because Rise, in the whatever universe of the cauldron when they were stuck in there, asked her if she wanted to stay. That was a little convenient in my opinion, you know? I don't mind some happy movie / happy book magic sometimes, but that was a little convenient. I'm like, okay, I don't mind it. It's just everyone survived the most deadliest battle of all of their immortal lives. Yeah, that's so unrealistic. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to say that before I moved on. All right, everyone. It has been a couple of days. I let the book settle for a little bit, and I am here to give you my final review. All right. First and foremost, I have to rate this book. And if I am being honest, I think I have to rate it a 4 stars. I think this is a 5-star series. I mean, I loved the second one so much that honestly, it is now 6 stars in my heart. I don't remember if I mentioned that in my last video or not. But this 3rd book, it obviously does not compare to the first one because their objectives were entirely different. The 2nd book was for us to get to know Feyre and Rye and get to know them and follow their journeys where they're starting to heal each other and then they connect to set us up for the next book, right? And then in this book, we get to see the war and the dynamic between the other courts, so we don't see a lot of more of the development between the characters like we did in the 2nd book. I didn't expect it to. That's fine. It's just I felt like it was a little slow at the beginning. Obviously the ending was very, very fast paced, but sometimes I felt like it was a little too fast paced. There were some parts that I would have enjoyed it to be dragged on a little bit more as opposed to some parts in the beginning. Like for example, the war and the battle with the king, or Feyre and the cauldron, and then Amryn. Like it all just happened so quickly. It was almost instantaneously. Like we even saw Rise's like beast form that he hates and he despises and he hides, and we literally don't talk about it. We just saw it and Feyre says, oh yeah, that's his beast form that he doesn't like, and then we moved on. I would have enjoyed to see some of those plot lines and some of those areas develop a little bit more, because it could have given us the character development that was lacking in this book that we had in the first one. So we could have seen all those other like facets of the characters. And that's not to say that we didn't see facets of some of the other characters. We definitely saw it with Moore, we definitely saw it with Az and with Nesta and Elaine a little bit. It obviously didn't hit as much as the 2nd book, and that's fine, but that is why I have to give this a 4 stars. Overall, I thought it was good. I really did love a lot of the end though, how they were talking about like Tamlin was kind of moving on and he was saying be happy Feyre, the whole callback to the moment with the sorrel, how he says stay with the High Lord. I thought the ending was really lovely. I thought it was great. It's just more like the second book was just way better, and I don't know how this book could have been better than the second one just because of how much character development we did in it. And also we saw so much more of like fairy politics in this book, and that's exciting, and it can be. It's just never gonna trump the romance part of the series for me. It's just not. I want to read the next book because I need to see how this series finish. I need to see what happens next to Feyre and Ryzen. Hello everyone, so it is future Montse here to kind of update you all on this journey. So originally I had planned to make 5 videos, 1 video for every book, and it would be a reading, extensive, in-depth reading vlog about every single book. We were going to talk about spoilers, all of that stuff. So I ended up finishing this book, and then I started the next one, which is a novella, and I started filming it, but I finished it, and then I realized I don't have much to say because truthfully there isn't much that happened in my opinion. There was a lot of fluff, and there was like the one big story arc with Feyre. I decided I would just merge the last 2 books together. So I still filmed my little reaction for the novella, but then I started reading the last book. And I hadn't realized that the last book is actually Nesta's book. If I'm being honest, I am not totally interested in Nesta's story at this moment. It's actually been quite some time since I finished the series, and I still have not picked up Nesta's book. Now that I'm editing it and uploading it, I have made the decision that I will only be doing the reading vlogs for this trilogy. It's really obvious that it was supposed to be a trilogy, and now we have all these extra books. So I just wanted to end the series here. Thank you all so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be reading Throne of Glass soon. I don't know when, but thank you for sticking around.